about being your own bank. All right, good morning. And I want to give you some pointers right quick about how you can operate as your own bank right out of a private trust and how you can have people come to you, make deposits into your bank account and how that they can benefit from it and how you can benefit from it and how you can do this all privately out of your own trust bank account. How you can become extremely wealthy this way and how you can have control over not only your money, but control over generations. You can start creating generations of money. And you start creating generations of money because you have this bank. Okay, so let's talk about what the reason that banks work. The reason that the banks that you see every day, even though they have very little to offer you as a person. Good morning. How you doing? The reason that even though they have very little to offer you as a person, the banks are extremely rich. So why is this? Because they have what we call magnet marketing. You say, what do you mean magnet marketing? The bank has made it seem like it's just normal for you to bring their money to them, even though they don't have a whole lot to offer you. So why do you go to a bank? Why is your money being direct deposited into a bank account right now as we speak? All of you all who have direct deposit. Why is that so? It's because of the benefits that you get from the bank, and you see it as being the norm of how you do business. So what do you mean? So what do you get from a bank? They allow you to write some checks. So you're like, good, I can write some checks to people. They allow you to do what? Direct deposit your money into the different places that you pay bills for. So you can pay your water bill, you can pay your gas bill, you can pay your light bill. They offer you credit cards so that you can get some credit, so that you can buy some things on credit before you actually have the money to pay for it. And then they offer you a little bitty, minute amount of interest that you'll be dead before the money is worth anything. So you said, so if that's the case, then why in the world is the whole world doing business with a bank if the bank, the only thing they have to offer you is your ability to be able to pay your bills mostly? That's the main reason why you have a bank account, so that you can pay your bills through the bank. So that just seems normal. So if that was, so it's got to be a better way of doing business. Every time you get a paycheck, every time you make a deposit, it's got to be a better way of doing business. It's got to be a more transparent way of doing business with a business partner, because the bank is basically your business partner. The problem is that they're in business for them and you're in business for them. So y'all both in business for them. All right. So you got two business partners, but you only got one business taking place. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? So did you hear what I'm saying? You got two business partners, but you only got one business taking place. All right. So everybody put in the chat, 1 + 1 = 1. That's the way you're currently doing business. Okay. 1 + 1 = 1. So put it in the chat so you can understand and teach your kids this. Say, listen, you are going into a bank and the bank is in business. You're in business with the bank, but you're not in business with you. The bank is not in business with you. They're in business for themselves and you're in business for them, the way that you're currently doing business. So 1 + 1 = 1. It doesn't equal 2, because the only person that's in business is the bank. You're not in business. All right. So everybody come on, put it in the chat. 1 + 1 = 1. And teach y'all kids this math. Ain't nobody gonna teach this kid. Your kid's gonna be in school until they're 75 years old, and they ain't gonna never hear this math equation. All right, they're gonna be done lived and died and never heard this math equation unless you teach it to them. Okay, so put it in the chat so you remember it. 1 + 1 = 1. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. Not the way you're currently doing business. The way you're doing business, 1 + 1 = 1. You're putting your money in the bank. The bank is benefiting from your money. You ain't getting none of it back. You're not getting your money back. You're just getting a little small percentage of your money, which means you'll be dead while the bank is kids feeding their kids for the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200 years. They'll be feeding their kids, and all your kids will be starting all over again, feeding their kids. I got a question for you. Do you want your kids feeding their kids? Let me ask you another question. Are you tired of feeding their kids, or do you want to feed your own kids? Why? Because you're going to bank, so you might as well be your own bank. All right. Be your own bank. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? You say, so how do you do that, Brother Ricky? Okay. So let's say you open up a private trust. The way that we open, the way that we have trust. So we are literally our own banks. You say, why is that, Brother Ricky? First of all, because we're private. Hell versus Hinkle. We have the ability to have a contract with ourselves. So when we go into the bank with our bank paperwork, our trust is literally a contract that we have with ourselves, meaning that we are the trustee of the trust and we are the grantor of the trust, which means that we have total control. So everybody put TC in the chat, and I'm going to teach you how you can actually use your trust bank account and be your own banker. All right. So put TC in the chat, and then I get to it. Y'all ready? Come on. And by the way, we only in day number 2 of the challenge. So today you can still come to the challenge. You're not too late. All right. Because some of y'all, this is the second quarter of the year, and y'all don't know what y'all doing with y'all money. Y'all don't have a clue what's going on. All right. So the things that I'm teaching you here, just imagine being inside of the group for the whole week and finding out what's going on. Y'all losing money. Y'all bleeding money right now. Y'all hemorrhaging. If y'all money was y'all blood right now, y'all be dead in a day. The way y'all bleeding money. Did you hear what I'm saying? You bleeding money. Y'all ain't hear what I'm saying. Everybody put DM in the chat if you know you bleeding some money. Come on, you be honest with yourself. If you know you bleeding money, if you know that every dollar you put in the bank you currently losing, that you should actually be getting back. If you know that, if you at least know that much that you bleed money, put DM in the chat. All right. If you know you bleed money, because what? Yeah, y'all, they popping y'all veins open. Every time you make it a pop, you're supposed to get that money back. You're supposed to get your money back. You're supposed to get your money back. Are you hearing me? You're supposed to get your money back. You bleeding money. Why? You say, how much is it costing me? Every dollar you got. If it's not coming back to you, it's costing you every single dollar you have. You can't afford to be bleeding money. You already ain't got that much money in the first place. So how you gonna take the little money you got and bleed it? Are you hearing what I'm talking about? And just give it away. That's not a good situation. 1 + 1, the way you operate, if you're not operating out of a private trust, 1 + 1 = 1. It doesn't equal 2. You're in business with them. They're in business with you, but you're not in business with them. Are you hearing me? I'm going to tell you how to flip the script. Okay. So when we open up our tax-free bank account, because when we walk in, we have a tax-free EIN. It's already done. It's already done. We don't go into the bank asking the bank for nothing. Why? Because we're already under control. All right. We just go in and make sure the bank do right by us. All right. Because you have a right to get your money back when you walk into a bank if you got a trust that is protected with a tax-free EIN. If you got an asset protection trust and it's protected with a tax-free EIN, then when it's time for you to file, when it's time for you to report your income taxes, because we don't file income taxes, we report income taxes. Filing something is just like filing a complaint. I was teaching everybody in class yesterday that we don't file income taxes because we put in we fill out a form 1041, not a 1040. So a 1040 is the filing of an income tax because you're filing a complaint to the IRS, letting them know you took my money all year and I want some of my money back. And the IRS be like, okay, we'll decide how much we want to give you back. Why? Because when you file a tax return, it's just like filing a complaint. All right. Filing a complaint. A 1040 is filing a complaint. Everybody put FAC in the chat. That's all you've been doing all your life. All your life you've been filling out a 1040 because your accountant don't even know how to fill out a 1041 because your accountant ain't never even filled out one. Your accountant ain't even got a trust. Are you hearing me? You trust an accountant that ain't even got a trust. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? I say you trust an accountant that ain't even got a trust. So all they're doing for you is helping you file a complaint. So you file a complaint every time you file a 1041. Are you hearing a 1040? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Why? Because you're like, I'm complaining about the fact that you took my money all year, and I want you to give me at least some of that money back. Okay, that's the complaint you filed, and you're hoping that they'll do what? Give you back a little bit of your money. That's why it's called a tax return. It's not a tax refund. It's a tax return. Why? Because they're returning back to you the money they took from you. That's not the case with a 1041. With a 1041, it's a tax refund. A refund what? Of the credits that you deposited into the bank because because of the way that this money is deposited, it's deposited as a creditor and not a debtor. So when you deposit your money as a creditor, your money is due back to you. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? You say, Brother Ricky, I don't understand how all this stuff go. That's because your financial IQ is 0 if you ain't getting your money back from the bank. That's why I have a financial IQ challenge. You say, I'm real smart, Brother Ricky. You don't even know 1 + 1 = 1. How in the world you gonna call yourself smart? You don't even know the simplest equation in the world. 1 + 1 = 1. They didn't teach you that in school. Are you hearing me? I'm not talking about your slavery education you got from the Board of Education. I'm not talking about that. That stuff made you a slave. Are you hearing me? That's not a proper education. That's not a millionaire education. That's a slave education that taught you how to have the slave wages that you are currently slaving over to make right now. And that's your die poor program that you want. Okay? Why? Because you're not profiting from the money that's going into the system, your money, because your money that's going into the system, it don't belong to you, it belongs to them. That's why you can't get it back. That's why you filing a complaint. But if it's one thing I don't like about people, it's filing complaints and thinking that that's going to change their life. Why? People complain all the time. I saw a really good post yesterday, was it, about a young lady who broke down the history of Black folks in America and how after 400 years we finally started to be able to play the game, and everybody expects us to catch up. She said, "You can't win." I said, I agree with your post, except for the last part you just said. You absolutely can win. I don't listen. Don't To me, it makes no sense to even bring up something that don't have a solution to. Why? Because we just used to complaining. You hear what I'm talking about? That's all you're doing when you file a 1040. You just filing a complaint. Are you hearing me? Just saying, hey, you know what? I'm complaining about this money I took. Can I get a little bit of it back? And you ain't under control. You ain't got no control. So you got to try your best to squeeze some write-offs and squeeze some write-offs and squeeze some write-offs and squeeze some write-offs. And here we go again. I'm just trying to make sure, Eric, y'all be careful about these people sending y'all messages. All right. If you think you got a message from me, if I'm not sending you a message about the challenge today, I ain't even sending no messages. So if you late and you still trying to get into our challenge, just comment the word challenge and you can still come. If you're here on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, or if you're on Instagram, just comment the word challenge if you want to come. Because y'all don't even know who y'all be talking to. Y'all don't even know, y'all ain't even talking to me. Y'all talking to people that don't, these cats, y'all talking to fake companies. They're not even me. And then y'all just wasting time. The whole first quarter of the year that went by. And I haven't, most of y'all, I haven't seen y'all in the challenge. You all that's on TikTok, I'm sorry, you can't comment challenge because these lives, they don't populate. You got to, if you're on TikTok, your best bet if you're on TikTok is go to my bio. Go into my bio. If you stop commenting challenge if you're on TikTok, because you ain't finna come to no challenge. Go to my bio on TikTok, and it's got my financial IQ challenge in a link tree. Just go to my profile page and look on there. Don't put challenge in here because we ain't finna send you nothing because it don't work on it. TikTok stuff don't work. They don't have mini chat. They can't just send you the link the way that they do on these other places. So, but if you're here and you still want to come, if you're on TikTok, just go into myfinancialiqchallenge.com. Right, just write it down right now. Myfinancialiqchallenge.com. Just write it down, or just get left behind. Okay, because y'all be, what was that again? I'm like, what was that again? If somebody was passing out $1 million bills, it wouldn't be hard for you to find out where they at. And that's what we literally do. We literally pass out $1 million tax refunds, not tax returns, because we're not filing 1040s to get our money back, because we're not filing a complaint. We are reporting trust activity. All right? Reporting trust activity. I was teaching everybody in the class yesterday about the 3 people in the book of Matthew, about these 3 cats. And how 2 of them, they reported their trust activity, and the third dude, he filed a complaint. I was teaching everybody this yesterday. And you say, what are you talking about, Matthew 25? So you need to read the Bible. That's one reason why you're so slow. That's one reason why your IQ is so low, because you don't know the Bible. When you learn the Bible, you'll get rich. Are you hearing me? You'll get rich. You'll get generational money. Learn the Bible. Don't be Bible dumb, all right? Ain't nobody got no pistol to your head stopping you from learning the Bible. Learn the Bible. Okay, so in Matthew 25, Stellar Wealth Management, Tony Nelson. This is not me. Let me cut this trick off. This is not me. This person right here telling you to DM me, that's not me. So I'm going to block this mod, another thief. Okay, I'm going to block him. Once I block him, I'm going to delete his comment. Okay, so I'm going to delete his comment. Tony, don't send that trick $1. It's not me. All right. And I don't think it even deleted. All right. So don't send nobody no money and say it was Stellar Wealth Management. It's not me. I'm going to never, ever tell you to send me no money. Don't ask nobody. If somebody asks you about a crypto account, talking about we'll start your account and we'll trade for you. It's not me. We ain't trading for nobody. We busy. We multimillionaires. I don't want your little money. Okay? I'm not interested in your money. I'm interested in you learning what to do for yourself. I don't work for you. Okay? Nobody on my company work for you. I hear me? We don't treat people like that. We tell people what to do, give people good advice, and then you go do it that'll make the most sense to you. All right? That's not we not lazy, and we don't produce lazy people. Ain't no pimps over here. Ain't no hoes over here. All right. It's only a hoe would work for you. We're not hoes. We kings. Are you hearing me? Queens, royalty. You dig what I'm talking about? We work at the highest levels. Are you hearing me? We just happen to be from the hood, so we come live to tell y'all what's going on because we got more money than we need. So we come on and teach y'all what it is that we're doing. So you can do the same thing because I want to see all of us come up. All right. That's the spirit of Brother Ricky. That's the spirit of what we do. So if somebody started telling you to send them some money, you know they're trying to get your money because they know you're a trick. All right. You're not no trick. You're a king. You're a queen. I would never send you a proposition telling you to send me your money. All right. Just use some common sense. Okay. You know that ain't me. And don't send me no messages talking about somebody got me. I'm like, yeah, that's because you're a sucker. All right. Only a sucker let somebody trick him like that. You lazy. Only a lazy person let somebody do something. I rebuke that lazy spirit. Are you hearing me? Pay attention to what's going on and don't stop being so cheap and come to the challenge and learn what's going on. You know what's going on because you sit in a room with millionaires. And we on our private Zoom teaching all week. And we teaching you stuff you ain't never heard in your life. All right. And we teaching you what to do because all of us can do it. So let's get back to this bank. And one more time, if you want to come, myfinancialiqchallenge.com for you all that's on TikTok. For the rest of you all, you can just comment the word challenge if you still want to come. You still come today. All right. You can still come today. We're about to start in 20 minutes. And you still got access to us today. Okay. So by the way, on Thursday, I'm going to pull a name and somebody's going to be able to become their own bank because they're going to get a tax-free, tax credit producing private common law trust from me. And I'm going to teach you for a whole year how to use it. And you ain't got to pay. And if you're in a VIP section, at least, then your name is going to go into the hat. We're going to pull a name on Thursday. And it's the only time I've ever done this. This is challenge number 42. It's the only time I've ever done this. And somebody's going to win a year being able to work with us. And you ain't got to pay nothing for the whole year. Did you hear what I said? You'll be in my program. It's called a legacy program. And so this week, somebody's going to win. And if you want your name in a hat, as of right now, if you join today, I believe we still got enough room for you to be able to be in that group. I don't think it's totally up to date. I don't know the numbers. And I'm not trying to cohort you into doing it. Just do what you want to do. If you get in there in enough time, then good for you. If you don't worry about that because you still got a chance of working with us. So now you have this trust account set up, and now you want to be your own bank. You're tired of the bank robbing your family. No future at all with that stuff because 1 + 1 = 1. So dig this. So you open up your own tax-free trust account. Now you got a private account. Your account's so private now until the IRS called the bank and asked the bank for the balance of your account. The bank could not give the IRS the balance of your account because it's not the bank's money no more. It's your money. All right. Everybody put MM in the chat. My money. Okay. Once you have this trust, it's not the bank's money anymore. It's my money. So I can do whatever I want to do with my money. All right. If I want to open up a bank with my money, I can open up a bank with my money. I don't need a charter to be a private banker. Are you hearing me? I don't need a charter to be a private. I can loan my money to whoever I want to loan my money to. I can receive money from whoever I want to receive money from. I don't need nobody's permission. Why? Because I'm a private person. Are you hearing me? The reason they treat y'all the way that they treat y'all is because you ain't private. The reason they treat y'all the way that they treat y'all, you listen, I'm on here on the public telling everybody I'm private. It ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Are you hearing me? My blood pressure is 118/77. Why? Because I'm a strong man. I'm under control. My wife is a strong woman. She's under control. My clients are strong people. We got total control over the way that we live financially. Nobody can tell us what to do. Nobody can be in our business. You know what I'm talking about? So we can have a private bank if we want to. All right. And you can too. So let's just say that you're at a private bank. Let's say that you ain't even got a whole lot of money. Let's just say you make a modest income. So you make a modest income, say like $100,000 a year. So let's say you just got a modest income, just because $100,000 a year ain't no money no more. It's just enough to pay your bills and see your kids every once in a while. So let's say you got a modest income, say just $100,000 a year, and you have a private trust, the way we set up. That means that every dollar that you put in is due back to you at the end of the year. Year by year by year by year, every dollar is due back to you. So now you're putting $100,000 in a bank. So that means now you're looking forward to $100,000 coming back. So what if some people want to bank with you? They said, hey, I'm your trust too expensive. You buy one of them trusts from Brother Rick, they're like, yeah, like dag, I wanted to get one, man, but I ain't hardly got no money. Or whatever. They just cheap or whatever. All right, you're like, okay, so either you broke or you cheap or both, whatever. All right. So you ain't handling your business. You're tricking your money off, tricking your time off. You ain't taking care of your business. It reminds me of when succeeding against the odds, when John Johnson, when he created Ebony in 1945, he had already created Negro Digest in 1941. And he had two of his homies, and they were supposed to do what? They were supposed to bank with him. They were supposed to create their own bank. You see what he mean? They was about to start the #1 black distribution business in the world. It's 1945 now. Okay. So they're about to get paid because ain't nobody got no black distribution business on the planet. Ain't nobody got no magazine that's traveling around the world on the planet. They're about to start what? The first of its kind. And all they had to do was have $1,000 apiece. So all they needed to do to bank with each other was to have $1,000 apiece. So John Johnson had his thousand, but his two boys was tricking their time off. They didn't have any money. They was doing whatever. They was doing whatever. They was doing whatever. They was doing whatever. My name is Rick the Wealth Coach on TikTok. Rick the Wealth Coach. Rick the Wealth Coach, just like it is on IG. Just make sure you got the right one. It's got 100,000 some followers. I know y'all been wondering who y'all talking to, but that ain't hard to figure out. The other cats at the fake pages, it ain't nothing but 100 people. I know they got 50 of them, but it ain't nothing but 100. It's easy to tell that they ain't the real deal. So look at the one that it's got the most. They can't fake 100 some thousand followers. So that way you know you ain't dealing with no crooks. All right. So John Johnson, he had his money, but his two homies, they didn't have any money. So because they didn't have any money, he said, okay, well y'all just work for me. So they helped make Johnson rich. They helped make him the most popular. They helped make his magazines, Ebony and Jet, the most popular magazines in the world, which introduced to the world, particularly to white America, how much money black folks spent. So white people with big, large companies started investing in Ebony and Jet because they wanted that black consumer dollar. All right. So, but Johnson was the one that got rich by himself because his two boys, they wasn't ready to be part of the bank because they didn't have no money. But they was just doing whatever they was doing with their time. So if you are your own private bank, receiving back your bank deposits every year, then you can be your own bank because people will come to you and say, hey man, how much can I make if I deposit into your bank? And you're like, no, no. And you totally in control. Why? Because you can give them their money back whenever you get ready. Because it ain't based on how long they keep it in the account. It's based on the fact that it was deposited. Because every deposit that you make as a creditor is due back to you. So people can help deposit $1 million into your account, and now you know you got $1 million coming back. I know some of y'all about to faint right now. Cause y'all like, Lord have mercy. I never even thought that was even possible. But that's because you ain't been in class. You don't know what's going on. You ain't been in class. If you came to class, then you know what's going on. I had 42 financial IQ challenges. All right. Why are you walking around here broke? Why are you walking around here struggling? Why are you walking around here making 1%, 2%, 3% on your money? Why ain't you getting all your money back? Why? Because you don't know what you're doing. Your paperwork ain't right. You don't know what you're doing. Then I meet some of y'all and you tell me, hey, I'm right there, brother Ricky. Come fix I'm not fixing your paperwork. All right. And it's like you telling me to come home and make love to your wife. I got my own wife. All right. I handle my own business. If you come over here, we'll just create the thing for you that you don't know what you're doing. All right. We'll create the thing for you that you don't know what you're doing. All these cats that's talking about inbox me, Elaine, don't inbox that trick. Rod don't inbox that. That is not me. These tricks they ain't got no respect. They just talk right while I'm talking. But they're not gonna stop me from helping you out because I love you. And they just make up these fake pages every day. Lazy bums. Make up fake pages because they just think y'all so naive and gullible. And some of y'all are. That's why I come on here to teach y'all. Because you need a big brother in your life. You need an uncle in your life. You need somebody to look you in the eye and tell you, stop that lazy stuff. All right. Come and learn about how to get your money. And what's going to happen once y'all start becoming y'all own banks, you're going to revolutionize the way that this money is dispersed around the world. Why? Because it's going to force you and your colleagues to sit down and have shareholder meetings. You say, what do you mean by that? Because if you're going to be making deposits into my account, and I'm going to give you back more than what you would have been getting with them little chintzy accounts you got, and we getting our money back because I'm a creditor, I'm not even investing the money. I have zero risk because there ain't no investments involved. I'm talking about zero risk banking. I hear me? Why? Because the money is coming back because we know how to file the paperwork correctly. I hear what I'm saying? We're not guessing and hoping and wishing we're gonna get some money at the end of the year. We're just filing the paperwork correctly. I hear what I'm talking about? I hear what I'm talking about. We filing paperwork correctly. We're not filing complaints. We are reporting trust activity. When you report trust activity, you are what? You are at the top of the food chain. That's why trustees got so much money. Your bank is a trustee. They just an untrustworthy trustee because they ain't explaining nothing to you like I'm explaining. They're not telling you when you put your money in their account that they getting 10 times what you deposited. They're not telling you that. All right. And that's like none of your business. You would think the first thing somebody would explain to you when you come in and make a deposit is what they doing with your money. You would think, but because you first name Nye, last name Eve, so naive and so pitifully in business with somebody who ain't in business with you until you don't ask no questions. Not only do you not ask no questions, I'm talking to some of y'all right now, and some of y'all scared listening to what I'm telling you. That's how messed up your mind is. Until I'm telling you how things go, totally exposing the whole system to you. And you so worried about, man, if I do that stuff Brother Ricky talking about, am I gonna go to jail? If I do what Brother Ricky's talking about, and do I look like I'm in jail? Do I look like I'm in jail? I'm in my house in Indianapolis, Indiana. Do I look like I'm locked up? I say, do I even look like I even sweat much unless I'm working out? Man, we know the law, baby. You hear what I'm talking about? We know the law. So if you want to get into the challenge, so come to the challenge. Saying, where do you start? Come to the challenge. That's where we break everything down. You can't even buy trust from me without coming through the challenge. Why? Because I don't need your money. And what I'm not going to have is a bunch of half-hearted. Listen, if you're going to have a bank, you're going to have to become knowledgeable about what your rights are. We got a whole year-long program to teach you that. But you got to come through the challenge just to qualify to be in a year-long program. And that's why you got to pay money and you got to pay your time. Why? Because we ain't in no hurry for nothing. If you're in a hurry, then that's your personal business. Just hurry up and stay broke. I can't understand how a person can be in such a hurry to be broke. It's like riding through when you ride in your car and some idiot come cut you all off, and then they just be sitting at the light and almost killed you over nothing, just to go home and watch TV for 15 hours. So I'm a financial health wealth coach because your health, your wealth is your health. And I've been coaching people for over 40 years. And I've seen every kind of excuse you can possibly see. And I see people trying to be in a hurry. I'm like, you frantic about nothing. I'm not interested in you. Okay. You don't qualify to be around here. So that's why you have to come to a challenge. Because if you don't come to a challenge, I'm not teaching you nothing. You're not signing no papers with us. And I don't care. You do what you want to do. I love you. I'll tell you I'll give you some ideas. Some of my ideas, you can just take them and just run with them, and you can use them to the extent that you can use them, and you can get rich off some of my ideas. You don't have to come pay any money for anything that we do. Just listen to what we teach for free and go out and God bless your life. But if you want this next level money, you want to learn how to become your own bank, you need to be in class. All right. So we're about to start in 9 minutes. Let me go get my throat together so I can get ready for everybody. All right. About to start in 9 minutes. Let me give you a couple of more seconds so you can comment the word challenge. And if you're on Facebook, it should come directly to you. If you're on, uh, what's the join button? Yeah, yeah. Just go to the challenge page and just click where it says join. It's got a few different prices. Highest price is the platinum. The second highest price is for you to be in the VIP section. You got to be in that section if you want to be in our contest. And if you're, or you can be in a general admission. So just pick whatever make the most sense to you. All right. Other than that, it's $50,000 an hour to have a conversation with. So it makes way more sense for y'all to be in a challenge so you can learn what's going on. You said $50,000 to have a conversation with you, Brother Ricky? Yes. And that's a discount. Because if you got a $50,000 problem, I help you make 500,000 just from having an hour-long conversation with you. I just tell you what to go do that you wasn't doing right. And you can just switch up the way you was doing stuff. And you can make way more money than the little money you paid me. So don't you decide how much money I'm worth. I decide that. And if you hang out around me, I'll teach you the same thing. You decide how much you're worth. And if people don't like your prices, then you tell them, God bless you, just go talk to somebody else. Okay. And learn high skill sets like we have. All right. High skill sets so that people will be happy to pay you whatever, because it ain't no big deal because they're making more than what they pay. All right, I got to get out of here. I love you all. We won't be live this week because we're teaching a challenge. I just want to give y'all one more day to give you an opportunity to come on over, because whatever you missed yesterday, that's over with. But the rest of this week is amazingly rich. Today, I'm going to teach you all the 4 levels of communicating. That's what I'm going to teach. But you can come in and ask any question that you want to in the first half. If you are in the platinum section, you can listen to the questions. If you're in the VIP section, those are the sections to be. I always get the best seat wherever I go. But even if you come in on the second half, you'll still get my lesson that I'm teaching every day. Tomorrow, I'm going to teach you all about real estate and crypto. Thursday, I'm going to teach you all the law. And then Friday, you'll be able to hear our offer and how you can be involved with us and learn the 8 steps from poverty to posterity. So that's what we'll be teaching for the rest of the week. God bless you all. I love you. Enjoy the rest of your beautiful morning. For everybody that's going off to work, and have a great day. Hug somebody, kiss somebody, let somebody know you love them. Act like today is the last day of your life, like you might not have another opportunity to say what you want to say to somebody. Don't take nothing for granted. Don't assume that you're going to see everybody tomorrow. Treat today like it was the last day of your life. And if I see you at the challenge, God bless you. If I don't, God bless you. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. I love you all. Ain't nothing you can do about that. And remember, as stellar is, as stellar does. I'll see some of you all in a few minutes. We're about to have a great day. Everybody have a wonderful day. God bless you. Have a great day.